Hey guys, Q here, and this is a quick, long video for Final Fantasy VII Remake Hard Mode, how to defeat Roche. For Cloud, you're going to want to have the Hard Eng, and Chain Bangle, of course, and a Fury Ring. And for his materia, you want to have Elemental and Fire in the weapon slot. Magic up, 2 magic up if you have them. That'll help with the second phase the sweepers if you're having trouble. Of course, 2 HP ups as normal. You're going to want to have a prayer materia and the steadfast block. That'll come in handy with the dogs. And then you actually want to have lightning and elemental materia in your armor slots to absorb the battle, elemental damage during the actual fight with Roche. You can also use wind or fire, but we'll get to that as when we get there. So I started it here at the beginning because you can't change your materia between the very beginning and all the way to defeating Roche. It's kind of just like a gauntlet of enemies. But for this first one, get your just destroy these guys normal. These first 6 or 8 enemies. Once you get some ATB, go ahead and use triple slash. Again, the fire elemental on your weapon should help with this. And then again, these are safe strats. This video is specifically about safe strats. I should have blocked that. But just run away, run up the ramp and behind the container here, and then just wait for them to come to you. Makes it a lot safer and easier. Feel free to use Pray if you get low on health. But that's basically this first phase of the fight, is letting them come to you. You can see they can't shoot you from anywhere. I think I came down here during the... Yeah, I think I decided to throw a triple slash at him down here just to move things along, and then of course I got shot in the back. But especially if you're struggling with, maybe there's too many guys, you're getting overwhelmed, you can just hide here and let them come to you, maybe take out one at a time, and use Pray when it's appropriate. There we go, got the second to last one. And just letting the last one come to me. He's getting hit by Biggs. Oh, looks like a second to last one there. Got a Grenadier. And I think I'm just going to let him come up to me here. And there you go. So for this next phase, I almost messed it up. As soon as it starts, you're going to want to actually run to cover where the missiles can't get you. I almost, when unleashed, I'm like, no, wait a minute, that's not right. So run over here, and I usually suggest the left one, and I'll tell you why in a second, but this phase is kind of 2 phases in itself. It's just these 2 enemies. You have the elite security officer and the riot trooper, and take them out whatever way works best for you. Obviously, the riot trooper has his issues. Feel free to use magic if you want to. Firaga on him would actually do very well. But as soon as you kill those 2 enemies, the second half of this phase starts, and you're actually going to get rushed by a shock trooper. So what you're going to do is go into Punisher mode and just block. Now we're standing here so that the missiles can't reach us, but the elite shock trooper is going to come running up on us real quick. And that way you get a parry in, get a couple hits, and then do it again. Block and hit. Now for this next phase, I would actually suggest keeping your ATB. I used a Braver just to get rid of him easily. But take him out, and then the second missile launcher goes down, and now it's dog time. And this dog phase is what's going to be important to making the fourth phase and Roche battle easy. So for the dogs, Wedge is going to use a dog whistle and distract most of the dogs, but he'll still leave you with 3. And go ahead and just take out the first 3 as fast as you can. Actually, scratch that. You want to take out 2 of the 3. Now, technically speaking, you can do this anywhere in, so if you kill all 3, don't worry about it. You're gonna see me run around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to only kill 2 of them. The key is not to hit the ones that are chasing Wedge, because as soon as you hit it, they will aggro. So you're trying to only kill 2 here, but at the very least, you want to save 1 dog out of all of them. And so what we're gonna do is try and only kill 1 to have 1 left. There we go. And so at this point, you're going to use this dog and your steadfast block prey to gain limit gauge. And I am going to speed this up here, but basically you're just going to stand in this corner and block. Prey whenever it's necessary and dodge the throat clamps if you can. I usually let go of block in between attacks as well. It's not really a reaction time, just like let go for a few seconds and then block again, because there's almost always a delay before a next attack, and you're going to see me dodge a time or 2 to avoid the throat clamp. But the goal here is to get your limit gauge up. Now, the limit gauge is going to be very good, helpful with the sweepers, or you can save it to Roche, whichever one works better for you. But you can see I'm blocking him here, and as soon as he gets my limit gauge up, any second now. Any second now. There we go. I'm just going to finish taking him out, which he ran around and made me look like a punk. But, so, regarding the rest of the dogs, this is a fun little thing. You see Wedge still running around. I'm going to use Prey here just to get my health back up before taking on the other dogs. But you see Wedge running around being chased by the dogs. And what you're going to see is there's a certain spot on the map right here where he climbs up onto the container. No, he didn't do it that time. But these guys will not aggro on you while they're chasing Wedge unless you hit one. So just take your time. You can actually, theoretically, just pick them off one at a time. Now that's not what I did here, but you're gonna see Wedge climb on this container, and then they all just kind of set up and bark. I don't know why Wedge doesn't stay up there, but at this point you could just hit one and run away and take out that one and just take them out piece by piece, making sure that you have, so that things don't get hairy. Especially with the throat clamp ability, they can actually take out a lot of your health if one of them gets their jaws into you and then they keep hitting you. So I took advantage of them all being boxed in here with a triple slash, and actually got all 3 of them killed, and then the other 2, because I didn't hit them. Oh, that's right, I did accidentally hit the 4th. But because you didn't hit those 2, they're still chasing Wedge. So all you gotta do is wait and do it again. Now, I would actually suggest not using a triple slash on these 2 remaining dogs to keep your ATB ready for the next phase. I think I used a triple slash here. No, I didn't. Okay, yeah. And see how I only hit 1? I should have run away and then just taken on that one mano a mano, but I decided to be an idiot and aggro both of them. But it ended up working out. Got it staggered, and then this guy. These guys aren't that dangerous, but theoretically, if you aggro them all at the same time, they can be dangerous. So for the sweepers, first thing you want to do is actually use your limit gauge. Now, sorry, limit break. This, if you're strong enough, this will actually just take out a sweeper outright. If not, or if you want to save your limit break for Roche, you can employ the strategy that we use for the second one on both of them. It's just a little more difficult. But you're basically just going to run and kite him around this ramp, these containers, waiting for your summon gauge and summon Bahamut. It could be Leviathan, but Bahamut, to my knowledge, can do at least half the health. Alternatively, you also have plenty of magic. You get it all regenerated at the end of the chapter when you start the next chapter, so you can use stun daggers, you can use your summon ability, doesn't matter. I suggest keeping prey, keeping your ATB at least at half so that it can get up to a prey ability if you do end up getting hit, but just run around. And Bahamut's going to be, Bahamut, I don't know, is going to be doing some damage there. At this point, I could do Thundaga to get him down about half his health at this point. And I could use another one effectively to just kill him, but I decided to save my ATB and save my magic. Sorry, that was sped up. He's not that fast. By letting Bahamut get his Mega Flare off. And that's it. Sweepers are pretty easy. Just run around, Thundaga if you want to. Wait for your summon to take him out. You can do it with both. It's just a little more difficult, but strategy is the same. So now we're going to be fighting Roche, and this is where the elemental materia in your armor slot comes into play. This is going to be similar to Reno, which I'll have a video for soon, but effectively, you're just going to go into Punisher mode and block. You can see the Thunder there healed me, because I have Elemental and Thunder in my armor slot, and I have Elemental and Fire in my weapon slot. Sorry, if he uses Ice attack, the reason we didn't use Elemental and Ice is because you can dodge the Ice one pretty easily. Just don't forget to go back into Punisher mode after you dodge, because you automatically switch back to Operator mode, so you gotta dodge there. Or you could have used Elemental and Wind for that Wind attack. The Wind attack does a pretty good amount of damage, actually. But if you... I use the Thunder because of Thundara, and because Thunder attacks cannot miss. I found that he used Thunder more than he did the Wind attack. And just make sure to save prey until after you get a counter. And so he hits you, you counter attack, and then immediately use prey. You should have plenty of time to use prey to keep your life up. And then so for the second phase of Roche's battle, it's the same exact thing. Now, this is why I said fire earlier, because if you're having no trouble with the first phase, then you could do elemental and fire also on your armor to gain life during this phase. But I actually found this phase to be easier than the first phase, because he only uses basically 3 attacks. That lunging attack, 1 slamming attack, and 1 fire attack. And the lunging and the slamming attack, I guess it's more of a sweeping attack, you can counter attack. You still get hit a bit, but it works out. It's that ignition flame, but notice as soon as he does it, just go ahead and pray. And then by the time he uses it again, hopefully, you'll have full ATB again. And that's it. Just don't forget, if you do dodge out of the way or anything, just don't forget to get back into Punisher mode, because I did that a couple times and wasted a couple free hits. But with Roche, all you gotta do is block in Punisher mode. If you have room in your materia, for example, on the MP up, you can use a parry materia to do a little more damage as well. And this is a funny little thing. I killed him mid-attack while my ability menu was open, and I actually sat on this screen for like 5 minutes, like just seeing if anything interesting would happen. It didn't. As soon as the death was triggered, he it returned to normal speed. I was just wondering if maybe there was a glitch I could take advantage of with it. But that's it. It's pretty easy. You can see I almost had limit break again, and it is possible to get another limit break on Roche here. But I use it on the sweepers because those were probably the hardest to get around, as opposed to Roche, which is pretty easy. But if you're having trouble with Roche, save your limit break for Roche and use it on him on whatever phase you struggle with. It's pretty easy, couple different options, but at the end of the day, it's not too bad. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'm the Strategic Gamer, and I hope it helps.
Looking a lot more crowded now. Security's out in force. Just what we need.